We've never done anything like this before. We're gonna pause. We got the sound of freedom over here. Got A-10s flying low, so we'll just wait for those A-10s to go by. Pretty cool, aren't they? Welcome to Adventure Dad. Meet Munson. This is our do-it-yourself RV cargo camper conversion trailer. Whatever. We bought a cargo trailer, built it into a camper. It has been awesome. It did earn the name Munson though. We got Munson out in the middle of nowhere. But we're beyond that. We've moved on now. So this is Munson. It is a really basic cargo trailer. We ordered it from a local maker here in town. Really the only options I had were, I wanted it to be, we got A-10s, Blackhawks, all sorts of stuff flying over today. So the only option I got was this 7'6" high, which I feel is a really important choice. Height. I thought it was going to be too high. I really like it. That extra height, because we're on a really small footprint. 5 of us sleep in here. This is a 12x7 trailer, and that extra height gives a lot of spaciousness. It also allowed me to put my bike rack back here with 6 bikes on it up below my elevator bed. So my elevator bed basically sits right here when it's down and goes all the way to the ceiling when it's up. That extra height allowed me to do that and store full-size mountain bikes inside. So really a key thing for us. My next trailer I'm going to order just as tall. It's been really nice. As far as factory options, we didn't get many besides that height option. And then I also bought this door right here. I ordered it with an RV door. So standard RV latch. You can lock it, deadbolt it. Still came with this cargo latch here. One of the worries people have with cargo latches is there might be a kid like me 30 years ago in the campground, walk around, you know, just put a stick through here. Pardon me. Go like this, put a stick through there and lock your family in. So what we do, as soon as we get to a campground, I undo this and I just put a padlock right through here. That way somebody can't, you know, easily lock us in. And then this right here becomes a coat hook, handle, whatever you need. One of our main design criteria for this was to make it look like a cargo trailer. I did not want to look like a camper. We do a lot of backcountry traveling, a lot of backcountry hunting. So I'll take this trailer 20 miles off-road, park it at the end of the road, and then I'll go over the hill for a week. I won't be around the trailer. It's amazing how many people will take a car hauler, a toy hauler back, $200,000 toy hauler back into the backcountry with big stickers. Say, look inside. So I just wanted this to be really simple and plain from the outside, which led us to a couple of design decisions, which I'm really happy with. One of them was I did not want to have my propane tank on the front of the trailer. I wanted it on the inside. And so I got this lightweight fiberglass propane tank. It's been working out pretty good. Our line is on a quick release right here. And I am able to, we can cook inside, no problem, on the countertop, but we do most of our cooking outside. My wife and I really like cooking together. Something we both like cooking, and we really like doing it together. And we have a lot of space out here. Camper doesn't smell like food, doesn't get hot, and we're able to, I have 2 tables, so we're able to do a lot of work together. This has really worked out well like this. It also allows me to use this propane tank, quick release, to a heater. So I have a little Camco, what is it, Wave 3 heater that we use. And so this trailer came with stab jacks, or just little jacks that pop out underneath. Really important for single axle trailers because there's my stab jack, you can see it under there. Really important because if you're loading one of these when it's not hooked up to the truck, the odds of you going for a little wheelie ride are pretty high. And so you need to put these down before you load your single axle trailer. However, we found, as you can hear them right now, they're loud. We found they were really loud when we were inside. They were squeaking all night. So what I did is I installed these Bulldog jacks. I really like Bulldog jacks. I've been using them for years. They're great. They're kind of pricey, but you can take them on and off. I just drilled a pipe in here, or pardon me, welded a pipe on right here. And now I can slide my Bulldogs on. I can take them off. It really is, for me, it's a nice way to do it. Also, these are big, heavy-duty jacks. And so I can jack the entire trailer up off the ground, take the wheels off, work on it. I feel it's really safe that way. Before I settled on Bulldog jacks, I also tried several pairs of scissor jacks. I ordered those and tried to find a good fitment for a standard RV scissor jack. The problem I had was there's just not enough ground clearance. Those tend to hang down, and I don't have a ton of ground clearance, and I wasn't willing to sacrifice anymore. There we go. Let me get you a little better. Okay, so the most important mods I felt to the outside, besides the windows, was getting this awning in. We decided to go with a Dometic casement awning. Really a nice product. I liked how it installed. The problem with it is it's too small. And the reason is this is an 8-foot awning. It's the smallest they make. This is a 12-foot trailer. And the reason I had to go with that awning was because of these barn doors. I like barn doors. I think they're really handy. I don't carry anything that needs a ramp, but I don't, well, the table's stopping a little short there, but I do not want my barn door running into my $1,100 awning. So, or however much that was. Anyway, so I had to get a short one to avoid the doors. Next time, next trailer, even though I don't really want to, I'm going to get a ramp. I'm going to get a drop down ramp, and then I'm going to get an awning. I'm going to get the biggest awning I can. I'll go full length if I can, just because the sun was this doesn't give you enough sun protection. Keeps the water off the door, keeps the water off the kitchen area right here, but there's not enough sun protection. One of the other things we installed were these little porch lights. These are just little LED porch lights. We have 2 here under the awning, and then I have 1 over the back door. They're controlled by a dimmer inside. They needed a dimmer. These are super bright. Okay, we also made a lot of changes to the front of the trailer. When I originally purchased the trailer, the coupler was right about here, which meant that I could jackknife it into the bumper of my truck even without these on here. I could turn, when I was back in that trailer, I had to make sure that I didn't hit my bumper. It was just too short. The other thing is it came with an A-frame jack here in the front. I don't know if you're familiar with A-frame jacks, or the jacks that go straight down through this A-frame. One of the problems with those, if you see them that have been off-road, they're torn. You'll see them pushed that way. That's because they're really hard to get all the way up in the air, maybe unless you have like a replaceable foot. I don't like A-frame jacks, so I use a bulldog up here. So I added another bulldog up here. I extended the tongue of the trailer. Oh gosh, you know, I probably added, all said and done, another 20 some odd inches. I sized it to work with my weight distribution hitch. That's one thing about these single axle trailers. A weight distribution hitch is key in my mind. You know, if you don't get your weight balanced just perfectly, you'll get a lot of feed coming through the tongue here. And those weight distribution hitches really help. Double axle trailer, I don't feel it's as necessary, but that's my personal take. I also added a new coupler. The coupler that came with the trailer was pretty bad, so I ordered a new coupler, and then I added this adjustable. This is a bulldog coupler as well, and it came with this adjustable mount so we could get it so I could fit the trailer in the truck and get them lined up for use with my weight distribution hitch, which is really important to get those two level for a weight distribution. I added 2 spare tire carriers. I don't need 2 spare tire carriers, so right now I'm running 1 spare tire. You come over here to the other side. I also had to, you know, extend this, of course. Come over to the other side here. You can see it looks like another spare tire mount. However, this is, I'm going to cut this up and I'm just going to make a mount for my bulldog jacks. And that way I can mount all 3 of my bulldogs right here. These are from a standard Kurt weight distribution hitch where they usually bolt on. But because the frame here was so tight, I couldn't get the brackets over the frame and bolt them on. So what I decided to do was just cut them apart and weld them. I feel it's really important to have a weight distribution hitch, and so it's just part of this package for me. Now, going along with my idea of what I wanted, like I said, kind of a ninja style trailer, it didn't look like a camper. I decided to hide all of my utility connections. So we actually fill the water from inside in one of the cabinets. Once again, I didn't want 14-year-old me coming along and thinking, oh, what should I put inside there? So I just moved everything inside. You fill the water from the inside, not a big deal. We have a 30-gallon tank. We don't have a toilet, like a plumb toilet, and we do not have a shower. So it's really, you know, we don't use that much water, it seems like. The other thing is I have my 110 down here. So my shore power plug is down below here. Yeah, really works kind of nice. Has a cover on it, and then it has a screw in. It's one of the screw in types, so I can just screw my power cord on there. It doesn't fall out, and that little cover stayed up and locked in for the whole trip we did. Also, I have a water hose down here. This water hose is just kind of pokes out the bottom here and tucks into the frame. And this water hose comes off, it's right before the sink, it gets teed off. It's cold water only. It's great for, you know, rinsing stuff off, rinsing off the bikes before we put them back in the trailer. You know, maybe take a shower, clean off feet, whatever. But all I've really used it for so far is to drain the water tank. So I'll just turn this on and it drains most of the water tank really fast. But that was just one of those design considerations, rather than having, you know, all my power right here where people could see it and it looks more like a camper. As we look down this side of the trailer, one of the design things I wanted is I really wanted to get my tires inside the frame. So this trailer's 7 feet wide. It's just as wide as my Tundra essentially. And then I have big tow mirrors. I can see almost behind it. It's pretty awesome. As part of our little suspension failure we had, I put this trailer on a car hauler so it had the outside tires. I got to test what that was like with a 7 foot wide trailer, and then the wheels outside. You know, I was over 104 inches. When we were driving through North Carolina and other states with a ton of interstate work or going over the Smokies or any of that, it's really wide. This is much easier to tow with. So my next trailer, even if I do double axle, they're gonna be set inside the trailer like it is right here. This is just a great way to tow, and you're not worried about these two appendages kind of hanging off that are getting you well over 8 feet wide. Initially I thought about doing a small roof rack to hold my solar panels, and in the future I might, but that would be a super low profile one going across just to hold the solar panels. I mean, this trailer's pretty tall. We haven't had any issues with branches ripping these off. This is an AM solar installation here. It's a really clean way to install your solar. It also allows you to tilt it if you needed to, and if you wanted to get on the roof of your tall trailer. Now they sell these with 3M adhesive, and they say just glue them onto the trailer and it won't fall off. I absolutely believe them. I think that is the case, that if I could just glue these on. However, I can't show you now, this trailer lid is really loose, and so initially I just glued these on. I didn't want any holes in the roof right here, and I glued these down, and I could move them up and down 3 or 4 inches. So I just pictured what would happen going into a headwind at 70 miles an hour, and these things, you know, basically turning into the Wright Flyer and trying to rip my roof off. So I ended up going through and bolting these in. I just bolted them right through the ceiling inside. Turned out pretty clean, you barely notice it. So I bought some long stainless steel bolts, drilled these, put them through, and then covered everything with a bunch of Dicor. Seems to work great. We haven't had any leaks. And then here's the AM solar power box here. I have to tell you, I'm picky, and this AM solar package was not what I would call cheap, but it was very economical. The support was great, and it's very well thought out. So this little waterproof junction box for your solar, I think it can handle something like 12 solar panels if you wanted to. I just have these two 200-watt grape solar panels. They've worked great. We have no problem charging our 200 amp hour batteries. We have been under tree cover, and you know, they don't get a lot of sun. I think what I'm going to do is put a side port and have a panel that I can set on the ground and charge. You'll also notice our 2 max fans. If you watch the interior video, I talked about how whenever I could, I tried 2 different versions of the same product. So here you have a Max Fan Deluxe, and back there you have the Max Fan. So these are the same as far as motor, remote control, fan size, all that. They're all the same, except for the Deluxe has this big cover and the standard does not. I'm gonna go put those up right now and show them to you. The Deluxe fan on the right costs $80 to $100 more than a standard fan. I will always pay that $80 to $100 now. This is the Max Fan Deluxe here with this big hood that you can see right here is absolutely awesome. One of the problems we had on this trip is, you know, there's a lot of rain this summer. It was hot and rainy down in the south. The rear fan there is over the top of our bed. It gives great air circulation. Like, it really is quite nice, gives us a lot of circulation. The problem with it is, if it rains at all, it closes and shuts off and you can't keep it on. Really cool that it has a rain sensor, but when it's 80 degrees at night and raining, or 90 degrees at night and raining, I'd really like to have my fan work. So from now on, I'm always gonna buy the Deluxe fan. Here it is in the up position. You can see when it's in the down position, it actually takes up just the same amount of room as a standard fan. So in the future, always buy the Deluxe fan. That's just someplace it's good money to spend. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. You know, the outside is really simple. Just wanted to kind of show you how we laid it out and why. Please follow along, like, subscribe, ask questions. I love to talk to people about my trailer. We did a lot of weird stuff when we built this out that other people haven't done or I haven't seen done. Please feel free to ask. Oh, we also stole a lot of ideas from people on YouTube. So if it's one of your ideas, Brian Rogers, and you see my video, thank you very much. I appreciate all the help. I am so happy you posted what you did about your trailer. Anyway, that's it. I think. Did I forget anything? Who knows?